So what happens to the best of us? There's nothing to be ashamed about. We're all going to get it at some point in our life. Everybody has a side of the house that gets this green, black mold and algae. And what I'm going to do is show you what I do once a year. It takes 5 minutes. It's so simple. Hold on. Morning. So I think I'm the only person alive this morning. It's like 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. The good witch is going to come over. She's going to help me cut because we got to cut all the yards. But 2 quick notes before I start this video. Well, first of all, hit that subscribe button. I'm getting ready to do a warm season video talking about this time of year and why there's some critical decisions that you need to make coming up. That'll be an important video for you. Next, there are going to be 1,000 comments down below, or people are going to comment saying, it's just bleach. It's just bleach with whatever. Fine, dude. If you want to go around, find a spray bottle that'll reach up 30 feet, go buy bleach, go buy some other chemicals, mix your own, do what you want. No problem. The next thing is, I'm going to do this. I've learned over the years not to follow the instructions on this. I have learned to do this a different way that works really, really well. And I really want you to try my method, which works so much better. So, hold on. Could this be possibly one of my shortest videos I put out this year? Possibly so. And the reason being is, this is such an easy process. I don't know why people don't do it more. No pressure washing. Clean the vinyl siding off your house. Hey guys, so I've done a couple videos on this before, but there are 2 products I like for this. One is Home Armor House Cleaner, and the other one is 30-second cleaner. Today I'm just going to use the 30-second because I have it. Everyone gets, if you have, whether it's vinyl siding or painted up on your house, there's a side of your house or 2 sides of your house, and what ends up happening is you get this green black funk on it. And that happens once a year. We have to do this. So I'm going to tell you something a little bit differently than the instructions tell you, by the way. The first thing you want to do is, on your 30-second bottle, if you're using this, is pull the red tab. The red tab makes it fan out. So if you want to fan, you pull it and it shoots straight. I learned that like a month after I started using it. I always put... Every single hose I have has one of these little brass shutoffs. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot. Maybe I'll link to them in the description below. I'll link to the 30-second, but you can buy this at Lowe's, Walmart, whatever. And then what you do is turn your bottle onto clean. So you're going to turn your bottle onto clean. What I do is pretty simple. I go through here, I start at the top. That goes against what you're supposed to do. And I spray at the top and I come down. I will let it sit for approximately 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then, with it on clean again, I will spray it one more time, let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Then I'll rinse it and I'll show you the difference of it. So let me do this for you here. So what I always do is I buy one of the spray bottles and then I buy some kind of refiller there as well too. Because when you start to tip your bottle, you may, if you're shooting up high along the house, it's going to run out or it's going to hit because you're holding it at such an angle. So make sure your bottle's consistently full. So what do you see? This has been, how long has it been?
20 seconds, 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
It's already cleared off, even before rinsing it. It's white.
So now, let me zoom in here so you can see this. Same house, same siding, and it's almost all white. It's almost all gone. So here's my little trick. My little trick is leave it on clean and spray it one more time. So I'm not even going to let it sit for 2 minutes. I'm just going to spray it again. So one of my neighbors across the street was saying, I got to clean this out. I got to get my pressure washer out. I'm like, dude, don't bother. If you use a pressure washer, now this is, all the homes in our subdivision were built with vinyl siding on the sides, on these peaks here. And when you use a pressure washer, you'll actually force water up under those slats and it can actually get in behind. So I'll just let this sit. I'm gonna let this sit for, let's let it sit for 2 minutes and then we'll come back and rinse it. It's actually only been about a minute and a half. Oh, Doc, you have such great patience. So now I'm just gonna rinse it off. Again, I do this once a year.
Bird just came out of that thing. Out of what? I think a bird just came out of that hole.
My wife will run out and start screaming, there's water coming in the window, because there's a little bit of water coming in the window. Yes, I spray the windows. If you have windows that have a little bit of this mold or mildew on them, just hit it with this, leave it for 3 minutes, come back and rinse it off. And they turn bright. Can you see the difference of the windows? I mean, there's windows around the back that are constantly shaded on that deck that are actually green that we've got to go spray and treat. But let me show you up close. Yes, that's a good point. So, zoom in here for you. I thought I saw a bird fly out of that little, whatever you call it up there. So, Ryan brought up a good point. I didn't treat this corner down here. And you can see, so here we go. We're going white, 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 and then look down in this corner over here. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. So we're going white, 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 and then it turns green down here, and that's where I didn't treat it. Project number 2. So this is the back of Barb's. She has a very large freestanding garage, and it faces the woods. And what's interesting about this is you can see on this side, it gets mostly shade because of this tree. And this side is just dark green, a little bit of black. Of course, green represents algae. Black and gray typically represent mold and mildew. Algae has chlorophyll in it so that it can use sunlight to actually produce its own food. Make sense? If you look at the side that's really bright, it doesn't survive well in really bright light. It just needs a little bit of light. So the problem I have here is Barb just has standard hose pressure, and I'm running almost 200 feet of hose all the way back here. This isn't on her main house. You can see just how much algae is on here, and because I didn't do a very good job of spraying, I really didn't get a lot of it. But the parts that are actually, look at the parts that are actually getting coverage on it. So I need to go back and spray it again real quick. I want to make sure that I get all of this covered. I did the great job up there. Look at that. That's turning white already. Wow. Down here I did a crappy job. Now I gotta grab the, look, I just showed you this area that was green and striped. Let me grab the camera. I turn around, and look, here's the same area. Look at that, isn't that crazy? I mean, I just showed you the stripes with the green where I didn't do a good job of spraying. That is crazy. So I know almost all these products say spray and leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes. Dude, spray it all. Once you see that algae start to disappear, and while the product is still on there wet, hit it again with the second coat. That's the way it works the best, I think. And I'm pretty much done. I mean, this process has literally been what? You're watching it. 4 minutes. Now, the one thing I don't want to do is I do not want to let this stuff dry out. Don't let this stuff dry out on the house. Wait. Sit here and wait till it's worked. Preferably do this when this side of the house is not being pounded with sunshine, because it'll dry too quick. I'm just gonna take the hose and I'm just gonna rinse her off. That's all I'm gonna do. Striped and green. Look at it. Absolutely perfectly clean. And this was the area that was all green. Let's go over to the area that was white, which I didn't do a very good job cleaning. Make sure there's no snakes over here. Same thing. Perfectly white. Absolutely clean. So now that that's all done, I can go eat a mater sandwich. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, it's just under 2 pounds. Get a slice of that and it covers your whole sandwich. Anyways, real quick, guys, it's real simple to do this. Again, I use a 30-second cleaner, or Home Armor works well. Both of those products are available. You can get them at Lowe's, you can get them at Home Depot. Both of those have the various sprays. They have a jet spray and they have a fan spray. You can use it on anything around the house that's green, and it's instant. It's instant results. You don't have to spray it and wait for 3 weeks. That's about it. Again, real important video coming up about the warm season grasses. We're going to have to make a couple decisions. So hit subscribe and I'll talk to you later. Doc.